Hey yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of the Yo and Nerd podcast. I'm Malcolm McFadden, the creator of 615 Comics, and I got a special guest with me today. What's up, Jarius? How you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to be here. Appreciate you for even having me on the episode, man. One love.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. We love to show love to indie creators like yourself. So that's what we do on this channel. So if you can just
Sure.
tell the people real quick about yourself, who you are, where you from, and how you got started into comic books.
Absolutely, man. My name is Jarius. I'm actually from Louisiana. Grew up in a small town called Greensboro, Louisiana, but I did and dabble like all around Louisiana, to be honest. The name of my comic is Joe Black Must Die, A Samurai's Journey, issue one, which is out now. And to be honest, man, I got into comics really like I've always been interested in them, but as a child, I never had the luxury of really getting them that much, even though they were cheap. Like, you know, how I grew up, I ain't really having like, getting comics like that. So, when I finally started getting into things like that, it was when I was actually able to afford them, work for myself, get a job, things of that
Mhm.
nature. So even now, like I'm still trying to get hip on like what's hot in comics that a lot of people talk about just so I can, know my knowledge and things like that. But really what inspired like even me doing comics, it was never really comics itself. It was like movies, my love for film and movies and things like that, like in a weird way because I was writing the story, but even when I wrote it, it was kind of like on some, as I'm writing it from like a movie aspect, but I wanted to put it in comic book form. So that's kind of how it really played out.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So, what are some of the comics that you started getting into and started reading?
Actually, I recently just started getting into Blade. I think it's like they say, is it like a reboot that they did in like 2000, like what it was, 2022, one of them years or something like that. I think I got two of them. I got two Blade comic books. Those were the first ones I got, but I forgot like what year they was. When I looked it up, they said that they were supposed to be like they doing a story over or something like that, kind of like a reboot, something
I
like that.
believe I believe the newest the most recent Blade, I don't think was like a reboot, but it was kind of like a starting on point. So that could be what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I know it was like a because I was googling it. There was like in some kind of way they made it sound like it was like like you said, like they started old, whatever they did. But I definitely had copped it though. I had copped like two Blade books and just a lot of indie comics. Like I started to buy a lot of indie comics to be honest. Before it's mainstream Blade, that's pretty much it. Like yeah, I like Blade a lot.
So besides Blade, what are some of your other inspirations? Not even just comics. What are some of your inspirations for your stories, whether it be movies, anime, whatever?
Like I said, mainly movies, TV shows. I've always loved the Boondocks. I love the art style, so I knew then I kind of wanted something similar to that art style. And to be honest, like the biggest inspiration was The Last Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the biggest inspiration to the book. I love that movie and just samurai movies, kung fu movies in general. Stuff like Kill Bill,
Mm.
um, all of the Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, like just the fighting choreography that you see and things like that. I wanted stuff like that in my book as well.
Favorite Bruce Lee movie?
Whew. Man, don't make me tell a lie because it's I have so many, man. I can't even choose a favorite by him. But I'll tell you my favorite Jet Li though. My
Okay.
my favorite Jet Li movie is Unleashed.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Bet.
Unleashed. My favorite Jet Li movie. Unleashed and The One. My top tools right there. And
Okay.
Romeo Must Die. It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't pick a favorite one with Bruce Lee. It's so many. Like it's so many.
Is that I get that? I get that. I'm a huge kung fu movie fan too, so it's always hard trying to pick a
Yeah.
favorite one. But but like you said, you have your own comic book, Joe Black Must Die. Can you tell people a little bit about it?
Yes, sir. Joe Black Must Die. So Joe Black was actually my uncle's name. So the character was kind of like me, paying tribute to him, something that kept his name to last long, in my eyes, because he was like my favorite uncle growing up. So definitely, the name and inspiration definitely came from yeah, someone of my family. So The story is actually about, Joe Black. He's an orphan at birth. Something tragic happened to his parents, and he was taken under the wing of his grandmaster Han. And just like the Last Dragon, you know how Bruce Leroy had his sensei and things like that. That's kind of where I got that aspect from in a way, but in my own style. So the story is about, he's showing him how to be a warrior. He's showing him how to be a man, but the rest that he must find out is up to him. It's kind of like he can't hold his hand no more. You feel me? Like you got to be on your own now. And time is running out actually for Grandmaster Han. I'm not gonna say like he's dying or nothing like that, because that'll be like some spoiler type stuff. But just know like yeah, Father Time is ticking for him. So he gives him a unique artifact called the Holy Orchid, and he must deliver it to the legendary Garden Temple to restore peace and humanity and back into the world. Now, Joe Black must die well. The Sword issue 0 right here. This was a prequel, so this was events that happened before the main story kicked off, and this was just something I wanted to do just to see how like the audience will like enjoy it, react to it, because you kind of always want to. Well, me personally, since I was new to this realm, I just wanted to put some like a teaser out and then be like, okay, now I can give them like the main story. And that's pretty much it. Like he's on his quest. He's gonna find out what happened to his parents. A lot of things are gonna unfold, but it's like I don't want to spoil anything. But in my new issue that's out now, it's a lot that you see. He meets a woman called Yuki. She's like an oracle. She can tell the future. She's really an angel, but the people in the village they mistaken her for a witch because of how she looked, things like that. So they think that she's doing evil magic, but really she's doing good magic. um, they have a character named Sotaro. He's like the town merchant. He's kind of like somebody that Joe Black will go to, like if he need, clothes or like stuff with his weapons and things like that. And even little things like that, that comes from like my love of video games, like RPGs and things like that. You always got somebody going to the upgrade your weapons and stuff. So I try to put a bit of everything that I love inside the store.
Okay, yeah. And so like you said, this is the
Prequel.
prequel to
Yeah.
the issue that you just released, right?
Yes, sir. So in the prequel, it was he had a fight with the guy called Mysterious Ronin, and the Ronin had came because he was asking for a particular blade that once belonged to his clan, and that clan is very important in the story as well. Like I said, that will unfold in future issues as well. And this was kind of like Joe Black first like test, like on I want to see everything that I taught you, what you learned, and this is your test to show what you got pretty much.
Okay, cool. And what was the art style is real kind of like a manga art style. What
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
inspiration for that?
To be honest, I just always like art styles like that. Like I said, I wanted something close to Boondocks, but not
Hmm.
like just like it. But to me, it reminded me of Boondocks in a way, something that looked more, rough and stuff like that around the edges a little bit, and had that kind of stylized style with it. But it's crazy because like that's the thing. I was so new to this realm, like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I want to do a manga or a comic book. Then I had people saying, well, it's really the same. Then I got people saying, no, it's different. Like when they get to that, I don't even get into all that. I say, you know what? I'm gonna let the ones who, break it down, break it down. I'm gonna let them have that. So I was just like, I'm gonna just to me, I feel like it's a comic book, because it's not like, I think in manga they do like these big volumes and it'd be like 100 and some page or something like
Right.
that. Yeah, I didn't do that. I'm doing it like piece by piece. So my partners were like, "Yeah, well, that's a comedy." And I'm like, "Well, cool. We're gonna do that." So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, see, this page right here is actually this was a flashback scene when Grandmaster Han was a little bit younger, and the same Ronin that's coming now, he kind of had you know, an encounterment with him as well, about the blade and stuff like that. So it's like I said, a short teaser for the prequel, but also have a lot of meaningful and valuable things in it that connects with the main issue that's out.
Oh, cool. And then for these, since it is you said this is a comic, are you releasing it in comic format like the comic size, or are you releasing it in manga size?
I'm doing it in comic size now. This is a funny story. When I first when I first did this book, I did physical copies as well. Um, I didn't know how to like resize it or whatever. So I ended up having somebody like resize it up. because I was like, well, dang, they can't resize it down. So the book was like way bigger than I expected. I think the standard is like a 6, like by 10 or 9, something like that. Man, I had that book like that bit was looking like a magazine or something. I said, oh man. But I was like, man, like, I said, because I'm the type, bro, like, I want to learn something. I'm gonna go on the internet. I know some people like to kind of hit other people up and stuff, but me personally, I just rather do the research myself. Get on the internet, go to Google, go to YouTube, and just do it myself and things like that. And by the time I realized that, oh, it was supposed to be, a little bit smaller, it was already out. And now that I know that everything is how it's supposed to be now. So like I say, trial and error, just learning from my first mistake, and you take that and you grow. You just move on. You get better.
Hey, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Learn you instead of L's is instead of losses is lessons. That's one thing I
Yeah.
always like to say. Um, so with this, you like you said, you have issue number 1 out right now. Could you talk about the release of that?
Yes. Joe Black Must Die. Samurai's Journey, issue 1. That is the main story. That is when it all breaks down. And moving forward, it will always be called Samurai's Journey. I'll just do like 1, 2, 3, and so on, because I wanted the prequel and this to be two different things. Like the prequel is its own thing, and this is its own thing. And it's fun, man. Like it's exciting, seeing people actually like the artwork and like the story and give me kind words, encouragement, and just the support in general. Because I never been the type that had like a high pride to where I can't show love to nobody. I mean, I get it. Like I'll show love to anyone. I'll support anyone. Support is free 99. Well, it's free 99, but of course the book's not free. But you know what I mean, like sharing a post or anything like that. So it's been cool, man. It's been cool. I've been enjoying it, and I'm definitely looking forward to just expanding Joe Black's story and really, showing people that I can put together a story as well, not just full of action and fighting, but also with some meaning. And that's what I like about issue 1 a lot. Like it's not just fighting. Like I got scenes with his parents. I got scenes when he was like a baby on there. Like I got a lot of dope stuff in there that can connect with the human being. So yeah, man, it's been cool. It's been real cool.
And we kind of when I don't think we went over this. How long have you been making comic books?
Man, I just started last year. I just started
Ooh.
last year. Yes. I started writing Joe Black Must Die probably like the beginning of last year, and I had finally finished it. I was working, so I was always on and off with it. At first, I was going to put it out like a regular novel, like a regular book, but
Mhm.
the more I read it, and the more like I had my wife reading it, my friends and stuff, they were like, "Man, when you read something, you can picture it in your mind." And they were like, "What if, like, you should do like a comic or something like that, like have it like with the pictures and stuff." I say, "Man, that'd be dope." And that's really what made me get into it. Like, me personally, I wanted to see like how would my story look visually, like with the words, with the pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, like I'm fresh meat, dog. I ain't gonna even, I ain't gonna hide it. Like I'm new to the game, and I kind of just started doing this and everything. That's why, like I said, even learning from my first book with like the correct size and trying to understand the difference between a manga and a comic book, like all that was just a learning experience on its own. So yeah.
So what were some of the things that you did to kind of learn the comics? Like I know you said you started reading some, but what were some other things that you did to kind of learn and get yourself acclimated to the comic book scene?
Just like on a lot of YouTube videos, looking up comics on there and videos explaining the difference between like mangas and YouTubes, and even with Comic Cons, like I was new to that. Like like I said, I'm from Louisiana, so we get some, but we never got a lot of them. They don't come a lot,
Mhm.
so that was something new as well. Like learning about that, and I was blessed enough to actually have my first Comic Con this September actually coming up, and just even that, just like it's just all new to me. Just trying to you know get used to it and things like that. Because people say like, hey, Comic Cons is something you're gonna have to kind of be ready to do like
Mhm.
a lot. And I think it'll be fun. Like I'm ready. Definitely had chats with certain other comic creators. You know, I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but they cool, man. People who hit me up and they're like, hey man, I like what you're doing, man. Keep doing your thing. And you know, it's vice versa. You know, I tell them the same thing, and they'll put me on games, show me some love, you know, and that's pretty much what it be. It's a cool community, man. It's cool. Like I say, so far I ain't got no problems. I mean, you know, I'm chilling, man. Like, you know, I came in here to tell my story and to support others, and you know, all see each other vision.
Yeah, that's dope. That was gonna be my next question: is how was the scene? How was the indie comic book scene treating you? And it seems like you're having a very good experience.
Yeah, yeah, I am. Like I said, I ain't got no problems with nobody, man. Like it's been cool to me. I feel like I said, I feel like the hardest thing was just finding an artist, you know, but that's like a different topic. Like, you know, finding artists in my budget range and things like that. But I mean, you know, it come with the game though, you know, like it's all love, ain't nothing big. But far as other creators and stuff, it's been cool, man. It's been real cool. Like I said, I ain't got no issues, and you know, I know what I gotta do. Just I put the work in, and hey, people see it, cool. They don't. I mean, I ain't tripping. I'm gonna do me regardless. Like you know, that's how I am. Like I'm gonna do me regardless. Like plus, you know, like my home state, I get love from my people in my home state, Louisiana. So trust me, it's gonna always be somebody out there reading Joe Black, regardless.
Dope, dope. So, how did you actually come about finding your artists and working with them to create this project?
Instagram. It's Instagram. Instagram is it. Look, Instagram is key, people. I'm telling y'all, you put them hashtags in, you'll be surprised. Like I was just hashtagging like comic book illustrator, illustrator. Like I was probably messaging like maybe I probably messaging like 10 to 15 artists a day to where like I'll get confused on who I'm even talking to at the moment. And I just told myself, like, man, you know, let me just really find someone that's, you know, because when you in that state, like you just trying to see who gonna even respond, and you know you'll get nervous when you see like the you know the people who got like over 10K follows. You like, man, they ain't finna see my shit. They probably ain't gonna even look at my message.
Mhm.
You'll be surprised, like they'll hit you back and stuff. So yeah, I came across a guy. His name is Geek Lines. That's his name on Instagram. Amazing artist, amazing talent. He has his own manga out as well. And man, I just much love to him. Just turning my story, he brought it to life. He really did. Like he brought it to life, and that's one thing I'll always appreciate him for, man. Like he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, that's always great when you meet an artist and you connect and their art, is perfect for your story and it brings your story to life. Like getting those pages back can be it can feel so perfect. It feels so great. You feel me? Like just seeing it all come together and everything that you've created. So how was that for you when you first started seeing, because you said you wanted to do this as a novel. So when you first started seeing these pages come together and the story come together, how did that feel for you, like as a creator, seeing it, like visually seeing everything?
I couldn't believe it, man. It really felt surreal, to be honest, because like I said, you know, and I'm pretty sure you understand 100%. Like it's like when you got a story and you see it in your mind, but it's different when you actually physically see it. Like you know, like
Mhm.
damn, like it's really happening, and that's kind of all I was feeling. Like wow, like I'm really doing this. You know, like and he was very, 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 very cool to work with. Like anything that I needed change, he did it. If I mean to the littlest thing that I probably like, man, he probably like, man, you shouldn't even worry about that, but he did it, you know. Even if it was something that was a tad bit off in my mind, he fixed it for me. He did all it, so it was cool. It was cool. I think the only thing that was bothering me is just the wait, and I had to yeah, I had to learn that it take time. I see that was the only thing because you be so anxious to see, but other than that, man, it was real cool, and big shout out to him, man. Like I say, he go by Geek Lines on Instagram, so if anybody want to give him a follow, you know, do your thing.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, one thing I also learned jumping into comics was the wait. Like you gotta wait for everything. You gotta wait for artists, colorists, all
Man,
that. Like it's one thing you learn quickly. And
yeah.
you spoke a little bit about learning like the different sizes of comics and stuff like that. Besides that, and also the wait time, what were some of the things that you weren't expecting when you jumped into comics that you learned afterwards?
Okay, one thing I wasn't expecting when I jumped in it. I ain't gonna lie, I was shit. Some of the prices I ain't. I would be real. I would, I was that's number one. I wasn't expecting that. But like I said, I charged it to the game. I understood and everything like that, and how you gotta have like you said, like you got a letterer, then a colorist, and
Mhm.
But believe it or not, he done all that. I was blessed to have an artist who done it all, so I didn't have to go through multiple people. But it was still a
Mhm.
wait because he had to do it all, so it was a wait. Yeah, so just really just learning that in general, and like I say, the comic book sizes, and I was so picky about like how to do my book because I see other people books and like some of them they wouldn't even have like I think they call it like a blurb on the back of the book when you kind of like talk about what your book about, like a small
Mhm.
summary. Some
Yeah.
have that, so I didn't know if like did I have to have one? Shouldn't put one? Or I seen some people they'll have like an extra page or something on the back of their book. So it was just stuff like that, just trying to figure out like, okay, is it like a certain way to do it, or is this something where like it's like free form, just however you want your book to look, it's on you. So it was pretty much long learning that, you know. Cause I don't, you never want nobody to look at your stuff and be like, oh man, this ain't no comic because you ain't got this, you ain't got that. It's like
Right.
this dude, but he ain't got that, he ain't got that. So it was really just learning that, just how to format it in general and like how it's supposed to be. But the people I talked to, they were like, man, really, bro, you do your thing, bro. Because I done read books where like when I'm first opening them, they'll show you like extra content first before you even get to the story. And they'll be the other way around. Then when I first open somebody's book, it'll be the story, and they'll have like extra content in the middle, then the story again. And like so everybody do it differently. So that was something I had
Right.
to learn, just do it how I want to do it. As long as they was able to read the story and understand, I was cool with it.
Yeah, when it comes to comics, like everybody, especially your book and format in your book, everybody has their own ways of doing it. Like I've seen some books have ads in them, some books
Yeah,
don't. Like it's all different. Like you said, some people with the blurbs, some of those be on the very first page, some of those be on the last page. It's all just comes down to you as a creator and how you want your book to look and how you want people to experience it.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir, man.
So also with your Joe Black Must Die with the Samurai's Journey that you released, I see that you went straight to a website, like you didn't do a Kickstarter or anything like that. What
No.
was your thought process in doing that?
Because I never really knew about a Kickstarter. So I was just like, okay, this how much you want, cool. And of course, I have my queen in my life. She support everything I do. So she helped me as well, bring my vision to life. Shout out to my queen. And that pretty much was it. Like I'm telling you, bro, like the campaign and all that, I didn't learn about none of that until like after like even with issue one, like I was like so far into it and it was almost done. Like I was like, okay, people like, yeah, man, you can just do like a Kickstarter, man, and stuff like that. But I never really knew about that. Plus, I felt like nobody knew me, so it's like I was gonna really have to like, if basically people would have to gain my trust. Like, okay, make them really feel like I should support this
Mm.
project. Nobody knew me or nothing. I was just new on the scene, and I ain't. They probably like, man, this motherfucker probably ain't gonna even be here that long, or whatever. Like, I ain't want nobody having those type of conversations or whatever. So I was just like, man, look, I just did it myself. Like I say, it took a minute, but I got it done. And it was very rewarding though, very rewarding. Now, in the future, would I probably do one? Maybe. Like I say, it just depends, man. On just you know, I feel like once I get my following to a certain point, that maybe I should do one. But I'm kind of cool.
Okay, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things. So, with with the release of this book, what was the question? I lost the question I had. But the what are you? What? Oh, that's my question. What are you doing now to kind of build up your fan base and kind of get more people talking about your books and seeing your books?
Well, I'm trying to get used to like doing a lot of content. It do get hard because I do have like a regular 9 to 5 as well, and I have 2 kids, a family and stuff. So I try to
Hmm.
record some TikTok content when I can. But so far that's been working for me. When I started my TikTok, I mean it grew really fast. When I first started it, like last year in September, I think I probably had like 100 followers. So September to now, I feel like it did really good. I'm at like 1,000 followers and stuff. So I feel like the artwork is speaking for itself, because
Mm.
that's the first thing people see, art. I can't say the story now because they don't see that first. They see the artwork, and hopefully they see the artwork and like, yo, this guy, he take his, product serious. It's quality artwork that made me want to buy. Let me check out get a book and see what the story hitting for. And I had went the website route, because I ain't gonna lie. I heard on TikTok Shop they hold your money for like 30 days or something. I was like, hell,
They do.
I'm not,
They do.
I said I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, kudos to anybody else. If it works, hey, I love it, but I could not do that. I'm sorry. And I told myself, hey, if that's a gamble I gotta take with, because I know people can, you be on TikTok. I heard like they'll promote your stuff more when you're promoting the TikTok shop. I get it, but
Mhm.
I just can't do that, man. I can't wait no 30 days, man. You know, for no $20. I would have been made that 30,000 times by that. I'm like, man, I can't wait no 30 days for no 20. I appreciate it, but shit, I would have seen that 7 more times. So I did a website route, but it worked out. Like, I like it because it tells you who visits your website and everything. So
Mhm.
like, just how I don't know if you just pulled this up on a scene or this a screenshot, but oh yeah, you just pulled this up on a scene.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I pulled this up. Yep.
yeah, on my phone, I got a notification right now. Like it shows me who's on the site and everything, and that's what I like
That's
about
what's
it.
up.
Yeah, it showed me where they located at and everything.
Also, it kind of gives you like the analytics, so you know kind of where to promote, where your fan base is, and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. And if you see where it say issue 0 and it got prequel, if you click that, it brings you straight to the Global Comics link because that is on Global Comics for free. The what did it say? This product
Product
below.
couldn't be found.
Oh, go to the other. Wow, Lord, I'm gonna have to fix it. Lord Jesus, go up, click that one. Yeah, right, the one in the middle.
This
Click
one.
the
Okay,
there it
there we
goes.
go.
That one. I'm gonna have to put it on the other one. Then I'm like, dang, when it did that, I guess I ain't do it. But yeah, so you can read that for free on Global Comics. You can read that.
Okay, cool, cool. And this is so people can get the prequel, and then once if they like the prequel, and like what they see, they can
There you
go
go.
and get
Yep.
the issue 1,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
which is
Absolutely.
also available on your website right now.
Yes, sir. And they can choose between the two covers. You got your standard red cover and you got your variant cover on the right. Yes, sir. Same price. Like I say, $20 flat. Ain't gotta worry about no extra shipping and nothing. I take care of all that.
Yeah, and your website looks really good, bro.
Thank you, man. This piece of that artwork right there in the middle.
Right here.
Yes, I love his artwork. I just want to shout him out. I think his name, Lord, if I mess your last name up, I'm sorry. I know his first name is Rodney. I don't know if the last name is Stanford or something or whatever on Instagram, but he's like an OG, old school dude. He just have amazing artwork, man. So once again, thank you for giving me that piece. I actually have that piece in the book as well. And I just want to give him a shout out.
Okay. And then from this story, what is one thing that you want, readers and fans to get from this story once they read it?
One thing I want them to get from this story is really just enjoying it. You
Mm.
know, even if I feel like everybody likes different things. You got people who want to read stuff that's deep. You got people who just like stuff that's about action. I try my best to mix it up. I try my best to have a story that's it got some meaning to it, but you probably like, okay, enough of this deep shit. You get to the good shit. Like real, and that's why I try my best to mix it up with that. Also put some dope stuff. That's why the fights, the artist he went all in, man. I can't lie. He went all in on the fights. And another thing that's different about this one, I actually have some color pages inside this one. I got like a couple of them. It's mainly black and white, but I think I got at least a good 4 or 5 pages that are in color, just to add a little, pizzazz to it. But that's it, man. Just enjoy it. Like enjoy the story. If you're looking for some actions, some dope fight scenes, or if you just want to read something that's like just cool, because I think it's cool as hell. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Mm,
I don't want nobody to think too deep into it. Like just read it and enjoy it for what it is.
That's dope. That's dope. I agree. That's my same thing too. I really just want with my books, I want people to really just enjoy them and just get away from life for a little bit with the bucks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Oh,
shout out to you too, man. I like I say, I like what you're doing, bro. Once again, for you to even have me on the episode, man, I appreciate it, dude. Like I said, I think you're like the second guy that actually reached out to me since I've been doing this. So one love, man. Like I say, I know I'm the new guy and everything, but I appreciate it.
hey, no problem. Hey, I was at once the new guy at one point in time too, so I get how it is.
Yeah, man. And like I say, then it'd be, like I said, you don't in Louisiana, like it ain't really, people doing stuff like that, comics and things like that. Out here, everybody want to rap and sell clothes, stuff like that. So this was really like some out the box that I wanted to do.
But that helps you stand out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I like it, man. I like it. Like I said, I've always been a writer. My wife, she writes books as well, so she's a big motivation as well to me and inspired me want to write. So it's like all that play a part into creating Joe Black. Joe Black is really someone from my heart, man. Like he ain't just somebody I made up on the spot, whatever. Like he's someone that's very important to me. So I hope people, like I say, I want them to enjoy the story, love it for what it is, and like you said, just get away for a minute.
Dope, dope. So now that you have released issue number one, well, issue number 0 and issue number 1,
Yes, sir.
what's next for you?
Keep expanding, man. I want to keep expanding. I don't know how many issues so far, but I do want to keep expanding. Right now I'm trying to learn how to, because I'm in a part of the book where, like I said, he's no longer in Grandmaster Han. He's not around no more, but I'm trying to learn how to like when to shift the scenery. Like, let's say I want to show a scene where like, okay, we're gonna go back to Grandmaster Han, see what he's doing, like stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Just been trying to perfect my writing craft and knowing when to change moves, knowing when to add new characters, because you don't want to add a bunch of characters that don't even be like lined up with anything. They just in there to be in there. Like just trying to learn stuff like that. So while I'm pushing this book and hoping people read it, that's what I'll be doing in my free time. Just polishing the story up and seeing what else I can add.
That's dope. That's dope, man. So just to round this all off, can you tell everybody where to find you and where they can see more of your work?
Yes, sir. You can actually follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jarius B, Jarius letter B, or you can just follow my Instagram Quick Comics if it's more simple for you, and that's just quick.comics. Quick.comics spelled exactly how it's supposed to be spelled. Don't worry, I follow back. So man, look, show some love. If anybody got a story out there they want me to check out or read or whatever, man, look, hit me up. Like I said, one thing about me, I'm always show love to the ones who show love to me.
Dope, dope. And anybody that's watching this, all his link to his website and his Instagram and everything will be in the description for you to click, and definitely so you can check out his book and to buy his book and to support this creator on his journey. So, Jarius, really want to thank you for coming on. It's
Appreciate
always great to have new creators, especially new fresh creators, come on and give their insight to the comic book scene and what they're doing, because it also helps out new creators like yourself to also learn from you and what you're doing. So I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story today.
Man, I appreciate you too as well, man. And like I say, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep putting your content out. Keep sharing your book as well. And like I said, I want to see us all win. So for you to even, allow me to be on here and ask me to be on here, man, it's amazing, bro. And I hope everybody watch it.
Yeah.
I hope everybody watch it, man.
Definitely, definitely. Well, once again, thank you for coming on, and everybody watching. This is another episode of Yo a Nerd. This is episode 32. Like, comment, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm always doing interviews with creators. I got more ideas to kind of shed a spotlight on more creators. So stay tuned with that, and thank y'all for watching another episode of Yo a Nerd. Peace.